Right, so today we're going to start with something, I'll call it my checklist. And what I mean by that is as simple as never wait for what you want. I mean, if you're motivated enough to do it, just hit the ground running and do it. Because a quick little one I'll throw is don't watch the clock. Do exactly what a clock does and it keeps moving. So if you've got a goal in what you want to do in life, say if it's, I don't know, let's say what I want to do. My goal is to speak in front of people, not just to a microphone, but to a screen, to stand in front of people and talk about this sort of stuff and help people who are struggling because not everybody understands it. And yeah, I am positive in some sort of ways, but in other ways, I'm really, really not because there are so many people out there who, oh, sorry, so many people out there who need help and they're just not getting it because they feel like they don't have anyone to talk to. And just nobody's identical. I mean, the sort of seizures that I have, or absent seizures, I might be completely different to someone else. I mean, last year, for instance, I fell and just there fell and fractured my right cheekbone and spent a night in hospital. I do not know what caused it. It just happened. And there's one of my friends, she got diagnosed with epilepsy and they had it under control after 6 months. Me, I got diagnosed when I was 10. I was 24 in August. And I still do not know what causes mine. They haven't got the medication right. So I believe that talking to people about your problems is the best thing for you. Because since nobody's identical, doesn't mean that if you both go in the same path, you're never on top of each other, but you might lead into someone else's path on your way. Even though it might be only for a short time, it's still you might be there for someone else. Kind of exactly like a fingerprint. Nobody's is identical. So just keep stay focused, and if you've got something you want to do, whatever you want to achieve in life, could be to become a doctor, whatever job you want to do. If you're passionate enough to do it, then don't let one little simple thing. And I know epilepsy can affect people this much, can affect people this much. I I don't know how big of an effect it has because, as I've said, not everybody's the same. It might be only a tiny little bit for some, and it might be a major part of life for someone else. So, if you do have the opportunity to move forwards, don't let it stop you. Just they they I look at it as the little obstacle on my journey. Epilepsy, just a little bubble, but I I can't go forward if I don't help myself. And what I mean by that is if I just sit back here and just think, oh, woe is me, it's not, epilepsy is going to hold me back, I'm never going to achieve anything in life, your answer is no, you will not. But if you stay positive like I always am, it's I literally spend hours and hours in front of a PC looking at what to talk about and trying to talk to people who are struggling and trying to learn more about them because there's somebody, as I said, let's go back to the person who I went to college with. She had no idea. She knew what I had epilepsy. She just knew. She was like, "Oh, I've been told I've got it. What is it?" She didn't know. So I explained how mine were, and she was like, "Oh, right, okay." And then we started comparing names of medication. A couple of the ones that she was on, what I used to be on before they changed it. I'm like, well, they didn't help me. And the ones that didn't help me are the ones that help her. So don't let one little thing stop you, because use the things that are stopping you to push you forwards. Because I look at it as the things that are stopping me, I look at them and think, no, you know what? No, I'm going to do it. It's like the fact of I've got an operation. I'm waiting for a letter from the hospital to have VNS, I think it is. VNS, the little magnet. I'm waiting for a letter, and I work as a chef before this, before I had to stop because I fractured my cheekbone. And once I've had that operation, they said, "Oh, you have to wait for 6 months before you can go back." My goal is to get an operation done and get back to work. Get back to something I enjoy doing, which is being a chef. And I love doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay as positive as I can all the time, because I know one of the main causes of seizures, like absent seizures, I could be wrong, but what people have told me, I spoke to about 15 or 20 people, stress is one of the causes for absence ones. So I'm going to sit back and think, what am I stressing about? I'm moving forwards now. They're doing an operation. That is a step in the right direction. So let's hit the ground running. Yeah, I'm waiting for a letter, but I can't speed that up. When it happens, it happens. When the operation happens, fantastic. And then it's just a waiting game, because I said I want to get back to work as a chef. And then I said my goal, and they've said there is a high, I will be able to, is I want to be able to drive. And people have said to me, oh, it's not what it's cracked up to be. To me, being able to drive is incredibly important to me. And I'll tell you why. Because if I want to do this inspirational speaking thing, I can't be getting a bus from here to there. I'd rather be behind the wheel of a car with the seizures slowed a hell of a lot down. I'd rather them slow down and stop, which I know they're never going to just completely stop, because it ain't the golden ticket. But if it means it can slow down to the point of I can drive to then speak to people on the phone and go, I want to do a talking event, please can I come? And being able to drive and being able to do that is a massive thing. So now what I'm going to do is stay positive until then. I'm looking forward to this operation, and let's just wait to see what happens. And then hopefully people who do watch this can hopefully comment below and go to my website, which obviously I'll leave a link in the description, and tell me what sort of epilepsy you have, and tell me what you'd like me to speak about, because I've got loads of ideas, but it'd be nice to have more. And then just what you would like me to talk about, and fingers crossed, if I end up getting to the point of I can go to places and speak, it'd actually be quite funny if some of the people who comment are actually the people I end up seeing, which would be quite funny. But I'll leave this video at that, and I will speak to you next time. And have a nice evening and stay safe, and I will see you next time. And goodbye.